So today we're starting with My Great Predecessors by Garry Kasparov. You can see who is playing here: Alexander McDonnell versus Louis Charles May de la Bourdonnais. I probably mispronounced that, but who cares, right? E4, C5, Sicilian, Knight f3, Knight c6, d4, takes. So this is standard open Sicilian. And here e5. This is called, I think, Sveshnikov or whatever. It is pretty popular today, but in that time it was actually pretty revolutionary for someone to play this move, because it looks like it's not good because this square is gonna be weak now and all that good stuff, because they used to play it differently in that time, but this is not a bad move at all, and the proof is that a lot of modern great players are playing it. So white takes, and we take towards the center. In the middle game we wanna mostly take towards the center because we wanna control the center, and in the end game maybe we want to take away from the center, so we have a passed pawn maybe that is at the edge of the board, and it is going to be much harder for our opponents to deal with that, because his king is maybe not close to that pawn. Maybe his king is here, so he has to run here, and if the pawn is in the center, then king is, even if it is on this side or this side of the board, there is equal distance for the king to get there. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but that's fine. Okay, bishop c4, developing a bishop, knight f6, developing a knight, and now bishop g5, pinning that knight, unpinning the knight and developing a piece, queen e2, developing a piece, and now d5, striking in the center. Of course, it's really important to control the center, and I was wondering if this pawn can be taken. When I was analyzing, I thought I should probably castle and then maybe push this pawn, but it turns out that if this happens, then you can take with the knight and protect that pawn. And he took here. Probably not a good move, because you are giving up your bishop here, and I'm not sure if you are getting that much in return, so that's not a really good move. Takes back, and he retreated with the bishop, and we have a bishop here. We have a strong center, we have two pawns in the center, and he has one pawn. Okay, his knight is not developed, so I would say we are a little bit better here. Castle, and now a5, getting more space on the queen side, and also threatening to win this bishop. He takes. So computer is saying that this is inaccuracy, because you are giving black really strong center now, and white does not have any pawns in the center, so that's not good. In the middle game, control the center, it's really important. Now rook d1, attacking the pawn, and we push it. So here, when I was analyzing too, I didn't want to push because I was afraid of this. But I guess computer is saying that bishop f5 is good, and if he takes, we take and we play with this isolated pawn. But this isolated pawn is not bad for us because it's preventing this knight from developing, and also it can be really dangerous actually, because we have these two powerful bishops, and this pawn can be pushed. We activate our pieces and we play with this pawn, we push the pawn, trying to promote. So don't be afraid, the lesson is don't be afraid of isolated pawn. It can be really dangerous, especially if it is already advanced a lot. Like if it is here, then it's not really that good, but if it is on the fourth or third rank, then it is becoming dangerous. So c4, I guess getting more space to retreat with the bishop, and also making a passed pawn. Now we have this passed pawn, and in general getting more space, and maybe in the future trying to prevent this, trying to defend this pawn. Okay, developing move. Bishop retreats. Getting bishop on this diagonal, maybe to attack this tender h7 square. Of course, we cannot take this because it's gonna be check. That's a common tactic. Don't miss it. Try to remember it. Just to show for some of you who are maybe beginners watching this video. Okay, bishop b7, developing a bishop on a strong diagonal towards the king, attacking the king. Knight develops, and still we cannot take this because now because of the other tactic, and that is, oh, maybe it's not that. No, I thought so. Queen d3, but it can. This is getting complicated. But maybe we could take here, but then we are gonna get in some complications. But in general, if this bishop is not here, we cannot take because he's gonna play this move, and then we're gonna lose this bishop. But here it's gonna complicate because let's say he plays this move, threatening checkmate, and also threatening this move. Then we have to play this, then he takes, and we lose the pawn in the center. We got this b2 pawn, but this pawn is better, and also his pieces are really active, so we don't want to grab that pawn. Instead, this is nice move. I didn't consider it when I was analyzing this game, because it's nice because it looks like you're trapping this rook, but actually you're preparing this push when you move this bishop, and you're gonna just go for a kingside attack with these pawns. So it's really nice move. Remember to maybe use that in some of your games. Knight goes to the center. Computer is saying that this is inaccuracy, and maybe he should have developed this. Or bishop e4, maybe, yeah, bishop e4, maybe it was better. to neutralize this strong bishop. That's why computer maybe doesn't like this move. And also when you go here, then we're gonna move this bishop, and then we are going to gain a tempo by attacking that knight. So maybe that knight is not ideal there, but okay. So the game continues. Knight e4, bishop back. Computer is preferring bishop e7 because with bishop e7 he's not gonna have this push, this c5. c5, bishop, queen c6, and now f3. Protecting the knight and also protecting against this potential mate. Now bishop a7 back, so you see we lost the tempo, but okay. Now we are attacking this pawn. Rook a to c1, defending this pawn indirectly, because if we take, then again this is going to be a check here, and then we're gonna lose the queen. So it's again the same motif. And now f4, f5. We are striking the center, expanding there, and getting ready to push these pawns. And we have rooks behind them, which is really important. And now white has some nice little combination to win an exchange, and that is queen c4. I'm not sure if black saw this, because I'm not sure if I would allow it for white to get an exchange here like this, but maybe black saw it and allow it because he saw something else in this position. So this is the only move, the best move, and the only move that keeps the advantage. You see computer is giving it minus 1.75 for black for this move, and all the other moves are bad. So that's really interesting that this move is that good in a comparison of others, and white is that good because now this queen is getting ready to jump here with some interesting attacks, and also supported by these pawns and these rooks. Yes, we are losing the rook here, but we are taking this strong knight and clearing up space for this bishop. So that those are pluses that we got by giving up this rook for the bishop, because now this bishop is gonna be really strong. This queen is ready to jump here, give some checks. This rook is nicely placed, probably is gonna take here, but okay. Anyway, he's not nicely placed, and also we're gonna take some more pawns here and destroy these pawns that are shielding the white's king. Okay, so c6, counter-attacking, taking more pawns. So this is important to have intermediate moves. So if black takes here, then it's gonna be mate in 6, computer is saying. So queen e6, king f1, takes, rook f2, so you see, don't be afraid to to leave a piece if you see that you have a strong intermediate move, because he cannot take that. He's gonna lose in 6 moves. So rook c2, trying to protect against those threats. Of course, taking here would king would be really open, but I was thinking, can he play this move? But again, we're gonna get the huge advantage here. Oh, this move. Oh, bishop a6 even. Wow. Bishop a6 and e4. Yes, I guess this looks really ugly because those three passed pawns, as you are going to see in the real game what happened in the actual game, those 3 pawns are gonna be crazy. Okay, rook c2, and now queen e3. So queen e3, it is saying mistake, but actually it was really hard to see the best move here, and it is bishop a6. Even in the book, My Great Predecessors, Kasparov didn't mention this move. I'm not sure why, because he had in 2003 access to a computer engine, but maybe even then the engine did not recognize this move. But this is some really crazy move, because if he takes, then we play e4. And I guess it's really hard for white to deal with these pawns. Okay, check, anyways, check, and now saving this bishop. So this is a mistake. So the better was probably to block. To block and then get this rook to defend a little bit close to the king, to defend the king. But anyway, bishop c8, bishop d7, and now f2. Pushing this pawn even more forward and not threatening here this, but it is getting more and more dangerous. Rook f1, and now d3. So it's this is good because we are moving these pawns with the tempo, and the white has to move his rooks, and we are just going with the pawns and enjoying this game. Rook c3. First taking the bishop. I was thinking I should play maybe this move, but that would be bad because he can take here and then play queen e6, which would be really unpleasant because he's attacking this. And yes, I have all of this good stuff, but his queen is kind of threatening me too much, and this pawn is also dangerous. So that's why first black traded with this bishop, and then push these pawns, push this pawn, and continued this harassment with his pawns. Now queen c8, threatening to take here and then promote a new queen. Bishop d8. It's saying mistake, but bishop g8 was better. Queen f4, but this is also not too bad. That was a better move, but this is not a bad move. Just protecting against that. Queen goes back, sees that it doesn't have anything here, and now Queen E1. This was a really nice move. Very nice. Because you're gonna see what was the idea. Of course, the idea is to take here, but I was thinking, what after this move we have D3, and look at this pretty nice position, almost as pretty as the final position. Now, of course, this queen is attacked 2 times, but it is protected 2 times, so it's all good. One of the last tries here for white, attacking both rooks and the pawn, but we say, hey, I don't need a rook for this game, I'm gonna put it safely here on g8 and you do whatever you want. Now black tries to, I don't know what, there's not a lot of good moves for white, so might as well move the rook because it is attacked by this pawn. Now e3. Of course, we still don't care. Don't bother moving this queen. We just advance the pawns. Queen c3, and the final move. I mean, not final move, but before final. Take this and push the pawns. So many people say of this game that it is the first immortal game. It is really pretty. It is, I would say, also instructive. And this was played really long ago, 1834, I think, 1834. And I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this game. I did. You appreciate how people played even long ago. And yeah, see you in the next video, I guess.